So we got a bunch of Transformer product that is coming from the other side of the globe. A lot of licensed material and high-end statues and stuff. And some of it is pretty interesting, and we're going to discuss it here today. We have some stuff from Kotobukiya and stuff from Studio One. Now, the Kotobukiya one is really interesting because we're jumping back into this discussion about the Transformers Bishoujo series, which back in February of 2022, if you check in, throw it in your YouTube machine, Transformers Slag podcast, Kotobukiya Bishoujo Optimus Prime and Megatron, we talked about the whole history of the Bishoujo statues and how Hasbro has had a relationship with Kotobukiya doing My Little Pony ones and G.I. Joe, and how well those were selling for them. Just insane amounts of repaints and retools and them just making hand over fist money. And now that they're going into the Transformer world and doing this too, where we have our Optimus Prime and our Megatron. Well, today the pre-orders for the Optimus Prime went live. We have the final images of how the product is going to look. We just learned about today that it's going to have an alternate head. You're going to have your regular Optimus Prime Bishoujo figure with her normal face, and then you're going to have one with the battle mask. So that's pretty cool too. You also get to see what the stand looks like, a nice glossy Autobot Sabertron stand, so that looks pretty cool. Now, on top of all of that, they also announced that there's going to be a third release. So we already know about the Optimus. Pre-orders are up right now. You can pick it up for about $110 USD. It's a statue. What do you expect? And they're going to be shipping out about June 2023. The Megatron, we still have only seen the prototype photos. We're going to probably, and we've seen obviously the concept art. We're probably going to see the final figure at some point within the next couple of months. But they also released a teaser for their third Transformer character. And no surprise, like I always say, look to the Legendary 7. That's how licensing works. And it's going to be Bumblebee. Now, they just have a teaser silhouette of how Bumblebee is going to look. But if you look pretty well in the internet, there's a little Kotobukiya manga that actually features both Bumblebee and Soundwave in the Kotobukiya Bishoujo line, and you could kind of get an idea of what Bumblebee and Soundwave are going to look like too. So it's out there. Check it out. It's currently licensed and trademarked, so I can't post it here. But point being is it's out there. Be sure to check that out. And so there's going to be a Bumblebee coming. We don't have a date yet for it, but Bumblebee is going to be the next one. And then probably after that, Soundwave, Starscream, Grimlock, maybe throw in Jazz in there at some point, probably after they do the Legendary 7 and get those done with. But we'll see what happens. Pretty cool otherwise. The next thing is we have Prime 1 Studios, and they're the company that's known for ridiculously expensive high-end Transformer statues. The last time we talked about them here on the podcast was when they released their Beast Wars statues, where they did an Optimus Primal and a Megatron, and I believe those were like $1,500 each. They were absolutely huge, but also absolutely expensive, aimed at a very specific demographic of the market of people who like Transformers. The statue audience is kind of preconditioned for paying that kind of stuff. But on top of everything else, Prime 1 Studios also does kind of like, they saw the money that, Pop Vinyl and Funko is making, and they kind of started their own high-end kind of cute little Funko Pop Vinyl line called Cutie1, play on Prime 1 Studios. And Cutie1, literally as of this recording, in the next couple days, is going to be releasing a whole bunch of Generation 1 and Beast Wars Cutie1 Transformer figures. Now, these are, according to their listing, 12 centimeters tall, and you're going to be getting G1 Optimus Prime, G1 Megatron, G1 Bumblebee, and Beast Wars Optimus Primal and Beast Wars Megatron. Now, how these are is they're done kind of in a old-fashioned teddy bear kind of style, where they have the button eyes and they have a zipper for a mouth. For the characters that obviously have a mouth plate, they won't have the zipper for a mouth. They'll just have their mouth plate. They're very, how do I put this? Kind of creepy when you really look at them. When you really like zoom in on them and you look at the surface veneering and the button eyes and the way that it's kind of, it does this faux stitch kind of design, because these are all done in soft vinyl, ABS, and PVC in different areas. It's not a plush, but it's done in this faux plush kind of look to kind of emulate like the old-timey kind of teddy bears from like the 40s and the 50s. So it's, I don't know. They're interesting, and especially considering, Prime 1 Studios really likes Beast Wars. Like, they pretty much make movie stuff and Beast Wars stuff, and then once in a while there's the one G1 item. And now we have more Beast Wars, at least, and it's Primal and Megatron. These are going to be a little bit under $40. Some places have it for $39.99. Some have it for $38.99. Some places have it for $40. So that's what I'm going to go with. That's probably the general number. These are going to be releasing any day now. So if you want to get your pre-orders in, or if they're probably already in stock with some stores online, it's out there. They're interesting, but they're also kind of creepy. And, to me, it's just like if Funko Pop isn't your thing and you want something that's maybe in that kind of same vein, but just a different kind of aesthetic, you got these guys here. So very weird, to say the least. But going back to the Kotobukiya one, again, that's something that if you are interested, the pre-orders are up out there. I would, if you are interested in it, because I've been seeing varying different prices. There's different stores, but I've seen it as low as $105. Some have it for $110. Again, shipping will obviously vary depending on location for you, but I wouldn't just jump at the first website that has it. Shop around a little bit, because with the Japanese statues, with Kotobukiya, you could always kind of find them cheaper in other locations depending on where you are in the world. So be sure to check that out too if you are interested in these. I'll be honest with you, I think it's kind of cool. I kind of dig these kind of like, different interpretations of the characters and stuff like that. And a sexy Optimus Prime, sure, why not? I don't know if it's $110, why not for me, but sure, why not? I dig it. I look forward to seeing the Bumblebee and the Soundwave in the near future, and then any other characters, they'll probably do it. If this is any indication of how the other ones were, because, again, they did My Little Pony, it sold gangbusters. I think they had like 17 different releases, including convention exclusives and repaints. Then they did the G.I. Joe ones, and those had a whole bunch of variants and repaints. I think there's 8 different versions of the G.I. Joe stuff. I'm pretty sure this is going to also do very well. I'm pretty sure the Optimus is going to have a black Convoy repaint, maybe even an Ultra Magnus repaint. Who knows what they're going to go with that? Maybe even Powered Convoy. Same thing with the Megatron. They could do a Megaplex color scheme. They could do a Microman black color scheme. And with the Bumblebee, I don't know. They could do Glyph. They could do Red Cliff Jumper / Red Bumblebee. They could do a Gold Bug. The sky's the limit. Not to mention there's swappable heads on this stuff. So with some of these too, you could make different head sculpts and everything like that, and then really flesh out a different character. But the point is that I'm pretty sure we're going to see more of this. So if this is something that kind of interests you, check it out today. Pre-orders are up right now. And with the Prime 1 stuff, pre-orders are either up right now or stock is up right now. So be sure to check those out before you kind of miss your opportunity. Let me know what you think, guys. And again, as always, I'll see you again tomorrow.